would like to talk something about it. And Commander say, when you're a professional player, and when you actually have that possession within you to become a big player in football, there are certain things in football that you should adhere to, and that is discipline. You might have the talent, but the talent might not take you when you have not been able to add the discipline to your talent. Why am I saying this? We've seen a lot of players rising in football because of indisciplined nature. They were not able to reach to the basic possession of football. Vinicius Jr. He saw Real Madrid Football Club in 2018. After some Madrid 45 million euros Cotonou or Flamengo, then they banned Madrid. Then they called the Madrid Castilla, the team B of Real Madrid Football Club. When he went there, the first match that he played against Celta Vigo B, he was able to receive yellow card. That season in 2018, he received 4 yellow cards in the team B of Real Madrid Football Club. And SNA signal to, at that time, Zinedine Zidane was the coach of Real Madrid Football Club, and SNA signals to the management of Real Madrid, Jimmy Calafat, Florentino Perez, Jesus Angel, and the Zinedine Zidane supervisor, the growth of Vinicius Jr. can easily become one of the basic things to development in the world of football. They were talking about it, and they realized that this guy, maybe a free back in Brazil, he has dealt with a lot of racism. When he talks about say baby will free ban baby a one the mommy as his mother and the papa as his father they received continuous threats of racism in the manner now yes papa reference Vinicius Jr. because of how he looks and he has been that guy. He has suffered this kind of racism from Brazil even into the Spanish La Liga. And in the world of football, so we Italian football, the free world of football, open one of these leagues a supporting racism is about Spanish La Liga.
Oh, okay.
Samuel Eto'o had his fair share in the Spanish La Liga when he was playing for FC Barcelona. Luis Figo had his taste of that particular racism. Ronaldinho, even playing for Barcelona, at a certain point, the Barcelona fans were ranting against him. When you talk about even David Beckham, no more friendly Preku, talk about most of these players, they've graced the Spanish La Liga, and that is the habit of Spanish La Liga. But sometimes, when you actually go to a particular society, you need to conform with the societal values and other things. Put a blind over it and make sure that you will instill discipline around the work that you are doing, and then you move on as a football player. And that is what Vinicius Jr. is missing from his game. Discipline counts a lot of things in professional football's lives. Without discipline, talent one discipline the talent no one. Talent is very cheap, but the discipline is very expensive. And if you're a professional player, you are playing for a big football club like Real Madrid Football Club. At any moment in time, Madrid platform also, and they can bargain for the Ballon d'Or for you, and you start to exhibit this kind of indisciplined approach to the Madrid Football Club and even to the other football fans. The business Vinicius Jr. he beat Matoni the Real Madrid Football Club. Now Valencia for festival I think last 3 days. Kiluta Beye that story no your friend the Falas Festival Mudiwo Valencia. They celebrate that particular festival to celebrate Saint Joseph in the Valencian as a city. One thing I believe is that Saint Joseph is actually seen as an accord in most of these Catholic and other people because so we trace it to the history of Valencia. In those times, Muslims conquer in the late 1945. We talked about most of these people. They came in and then they were seen as agonist people. Agonist people, and they said when they saw the Muslims were dominating in Valencia, they came in as agonists just to make sure they will eradicate the cultural assimilation of Muslims for now. It assimilating most of these people in Valencia. Now, in the match, of course, in 22nd December, Vinicius Jr. played for Real Madrid Football Club in that particular match. When they played in that match, the second match was 3rd January 2025. When Vinicius Jr. stepped up, he was able to make close to about so many signals to the Valencian fans. for them to revisit that history that when talk about the agonists and the Muslim people are conquer Valencia in some olden days he signified those kind of things to the Valencian people, and they were not comfortable with the kind of things that Papa Vinicius Jr. on the field of play when Real Madrid Football Club were playing against Valencia. And when I'm so, I almost celebrated this particular festival, and I'm taking the pictures of Vinicius Jr. just to actually ban him within that particular festival, telling him, say, with his attitude in the Spanish La Liga, if he doesn't stop that particular attitude, he will not be able to explode in the Spanish La Liga, not even for him to win the Ballon d'Or. It's a brushing Bombudia. And these the Valencian fans making sure that they will ban the pictures of Vinicius Jr. and not Omasanswa can't they Vinicius Jr. The picture so because that is a spiritual festival almost celebrated in every match from 19th March to 21st March. They almost celebrate to Valencia, and they are doing this too. Vinicius Jr. The match against Colombia, Rafinha needed to step in to stop Vinicius Jr. from doing the necessary things. It could be to me Amano Inya yellow card and could be to Mexico against Argentina. In this particular season, he has been able to receive 14 yellow cards. 14 yellow cards. Yes. Seringa. Foil line, I did 14 yellow cards. 14 yellow cards. 2021-2022 season, he received 31 yellow cards for Real Madrid Football Club. And his attitude, is actually becoming rampant and is becoming consistent on the field of play. And I think this will count on a moment. Jesus and girl and the Florentino Perez Bettina say I have a close meeting because Madrid is actually working on Inaki Williams Niyaketwano, and they want to bring him to Real Madrid Football Club. So Madrid to meet Tom Vinicius Jr. Dimitri Real Madrid Football Club and they call Saudi Arabia. They will bring Williams Jr. to the football club, and that is what they are doing. So be close to Vinicius Jr. They should actually talk about his temperament. But
it's in my show the all kind of late antics and all
yeah.
As a swat to Madrid kakra.
As what Madrid will kakra, but then it is his behavior.
When we say them match be now on man red card. Man, man red card or yes. So really got a time then PA call turn on.
Yes.
And the forms are match.
And you see, if he doesn't stop that thing I think it's a Benham so Madrid for it's my 20 free football club. But then I'm watching now the UEFA Nation League beating Abaso. That's a France against Croatia. And when was a Croatia team share France national team? Because I was thinking about the squad in depth of France national team. And how Didier Deschamps has been able to...
And I can't give them a here in Africa. Now, Omabe Kaka Sana, via my report on the near to us, while he be a member of Kwanwa Kangana giving the Kakramra, so when he came home, when I don't set that his name, America. So, for Zlatko Dalic to score against Didier Deschamps in that particular encounter course, so it will crucial by 2-0. And France is having a good squad in depth for themselves. The reason why I'm saying this is France has been able to have that kind of players what integrated from the old generation to this particular new generation. And if you are actually talking about the starting lineup also in the first leg, Naka France in losing against Croatia national team, because when you compare to the squad in depth of Croatia and when you compare to France, there's a big difference to that. Why am I saying this? Now, when you check about the midfield, you have Orange Amichouameni and then Mathieu Gondouzi and then Andrew Rabiot or Onujin and Fifi on the side of France national team. And then Zlatko Dalic was able to play only two midfielders in the midfield of Croatia. That is Papa, your friends Luka Modric and Mathieu Kovacic. This season for Mathieu Kovacic, Manchester City has not been well for him. It's Nico Gonzalez cramped to free bench about between the free. At the time, Rodrigo was counting the midfield of Manchester City. You expect Mathieu Kovacic would have stepped in and do that magic for Pep Guardiola for Manchester City, but then only been brought to bench. Luka Modric, you are trying to time in the match when many Kamavinga, Federico Valverde, and even other players who move through bench at the ball for the side of Real Madrid Football Club. So he's not commanding the first starting lineup for Real Madrid Football Club. But with this particular two midfielders from the Croatia national team, they were able to adhere to the identity of Zlatko Dalic in the midfield of Croatia national team. Ole Chouameni, Andre Rabiot, and then Mathieu Guendouzi, they are two different midfielders together. The profile of Chouameni in the midfield of France, he's a slow decoy. He doesn't have that kind of smartness to actually integrate the ball into the attacking third. Mathieu Guendouzi, he's not a good passer of the ball, but then he's tried to distribute other opponent passes insinuity from one Kasambe third to France national team. So his balance in the game, when you compare to Antoine Griezmann, the kind of ideas and technique Antoine Griezmann will give you as an orchestra. How the France national team anyone is quite different from Mathieu Guendouzi. Then you talk about Andre Rabiot. He's a proper ball progressor, but then he's not a good creativer.
Oh, okay.
Rabiot is a proper ball progressor, but then he's not a good creativer. Now we can answer more. Say, we check the profile of Andre Rabiot and then Antoine Griezmann. They are two different players altogether. Griezmann will give you that proper ball career progressing role, and then he will try to create a lot of things for you in attacking third. But then Andre Rabiot, it looks so in a particular moment, he progresses the ball but fails to adhere to some of the creativity that he will give into the advancement of the attacking third. But not forgetting, France is having some of these attackers at any moment in time they can easily punish you. But the video they show meeting against Croatia in the first leg decided to go to the 4-3-1-2 tactical system, making sure in the 4-3-1-2 tactical system, we'll be making sure that kind of Ousmane Dembele will become a creativer and then he wouldn't be able to play a typical top-notch striker in attacking third of France national team. And that actually revisits back to Carlo Ancelotti's system for Real Madrid Football Club in last season. That's a dynamo system about the Real Madrid Football Club. Meeting against Zlatko Dalic tomorrow, it will be a crucial encounter for France. France will need to win against this particular game just for them to advance to the semi-finals of this particular competition. If they fail, a lot of teams beat Maris back to Didier Deschamps. And I don't know France for no said at this particular moment in time, having this cluster of stars, you can easily go to match Croatia national team. So when Timmy and Shaw Moa, call for his resignation from the France national team. Forget. So with imagine the 2018, World Cup France. Forget. So with a lot of things, the France are called walk back to back in the finals. But when he fails to win this particular game against Croatia, because Croatia team currently down, most of these players are call the 2018 World Cup now fading out. Dalic is actually trying to create a new identity for the Croatian national team, and he's trying to bring on good players from that particular bench. And if you feel as a France national team at this moment, at any moment in time on the field of play, all good players will make me are fairly up in various positions in your national team. If you fail to win against Croatia, it means Didier Deschamps as a coach for France national team, he's not doing something right, and then he needs to be checked.
Mate. My family na can you win Mumbo money and mammy Ghana game no. Now you said the name city. The Ricardo and Chemeba Hona or the report no at Mary Adan and we are Ghana in our in the Black Stars game no Komo Kakra. Offer now lower TV na mame. Now